All right, I guess we are live and you all can hear me loud and clear. So please let me know your name and where you're connecting from and which social media you are on. Okay, let me repeat that. Let me know your name and where you're connecting from. If you know you're on YouTube, if you know you're on Facebook Live and you're on LinkedIn Live. All right, because today's topic is so, I'm really excited for today. I am really grateful and excited. I hope you are too, because this is more like the end of the second month of 2023, and it's been an amazing journey, more especially for those of us that have started crushing down on our goals. It's been an amazing journey, all right? And today I really want to share with us some vital information that will really help us crush some of our goals, at least 10 to 30% of our goal before the end of the first quarter of 2023. And that's why I deemed it fit to have this section with each and every one of us, even those of us on Zoom, about the problem principle. I know those of you on Zoom, you paid for this section, but please bear with me. I feel that the world, I feel like a lot of people need to learn about this. So let's talk about the problem principle. All right. So before I start, I really want to be sure you guys can hear me. So if you can hear me, please drop 333 in the comment section if you can hear me. And if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. Do well to like this video content, because trust me, you're going to gain so much value from it. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notification so that you receive information. You'll be among the first group of people to receive an alert of every video we upload or every time we go live on this channel. All right, so thank you very much. So let's talk about the problem principle. But before we talk about the problem principle, I want you to know that you can apply, or more like, let's put it this way. I want you to know that you can multiply your income if only you can focus on your personal economy, not on your country economy, not on the world economy, but on your personal economy, more especially for those of you in Nigeria. Because, and some of you in some countries that the economy is not smart. In fact, a lot of countries right now, having known that there is a global world recession. Now, I need you to know that your ability to make money right now, despite the recession, those in Nigeria have been in recession for a very long time, so it's more like it's accustomed to it. But I know that very soon things will change, because recession doesn't last forever. It's just a period of time, and we get back to the harvest of the market, all right, and the market goes up. So while you are in this period of time, it's just a phase. You need to know that for you to make money and multiply your money, you don't need to focus on your country's economy. You don't need to focus on the global economy. Rather, focus on your personal economy, because your ability to focus on your personal economy will give you more advantage to the problem principle I'm about to teach you right now. So using the problem principle, you need to know that any amount of money that you want is tied to solving people's problem. Do you get that? Let me repeat. Any amount of money you want is tied to solving people's problem. I always tell most of my mentees, most of those days I do offline coaching and mentorship section, traveling to different states in Nigeria and different parts of the world. I always tell them the formula of money is problem plus solution. And that solution will be in terms of goods or service. It must be a value. Then people will be ready to exchange money for you. So if you want to focus on your personal economy, you need to use the problem principle in order for you to make any amount of money you want. And this can be achieved by you tying the amount of money you want to make to solving people's problem, directly or indirectly. Because any income that does not solve any problem is an illegal money. Let me quote the president of Nigeria, Peter Obi, right? He said, any wealth that has no enterprise backing it is an illegal wealth, and that person will be jailed. So in essence, hope you got my point. Any income that does not solve people's problem is an illegal what? Money. All right. So to the degree of the problem that you're solving is the determining factor, more like the determinant factor to the kind of money that you can make. So the more people's problem you solve, the more money you make. Jim Rowe will always say, the more people's problem you solve, in return, life will give you what you want. The more you give people what you help people to get what they want. Sorry, let me repeat that. Jim Rowe will always, one of my visual mentor, though he's late, but I still study a lot of his trainings and his books and quite a whole lot. He said, the more you give, you help people, the more you help, mark that word help, the more you help people get what they want, in return, you will get what you want in 100 folds. All right. So to the degree of problem that you can solve is the determinant factor to the kind of money that you can make. Okay, so my dear, you listening to me right now, yes, you, not everybody, but you listening to me right now, I want you to ask yourself a question, and I need you to truthfully answer that question. How many problems can you solve right now? How many people's problem can you solve right now? Okay, let me ask the first question. The first question should be, what kind of problem can you solve? Then how many of these problems can you solve? Because you need to solve people's problem if you want to make money. If you don't solve people's problem, you can't make money. And that's why and this is the sole reason why 80% of the population of the youth will end up being poor, because they have this get rich quick scheme mentality. They have this Ponzi scheme mentality. They don't know that wealth loves time. Money loves speed. Let me repeat that. Wealth loves time. Money loves speed. But you cannot escape the process of learning, the process of seed, sowing, reaping, and what? Harvest. Let me repeat that. Wealth loves speed. Wealth loves time. Money loves speed. But you cannot escape the process of seed, sowing, and harvest. Seed, reaping, and harvest. No, let's say seed sowing, seed watering, and harvest. You can't escape it because the fun is in the process. All right. So you need to ask yourself those questions, because you need to solve people's problem if you want to make money. I had a case with a colleague of mine, a university mate of mine, that was so excited, being a military person. He was so excited that we got connected. All right. So this military friend, I won't mention names, was so excited about meeting me, chatting back, as in rapporting with me, and he shared with me some of his challenges. And he wants to quit the military, and that's why he's eagerly doing a lot of things to make money and to build a business. I was like, then you can also achieve that using your mobile phone, as long as you're willing to learn digital skills that you can use in solving people's problem in order for you to make money. And guess what? He was like, he's excited. I gave him a video for him to watch, a business presentation that explains everything. And at the end of the day, he was excited. After a period of time, there was a transition we had in the organization. And right now, the transition is still on, but they are trying to upload a new set of information, because, digital space, you need new sets of information every day because the world is fast changing. But this young man, this person was not ready. He wasn't patient enough to wait. And despite the transition has been done and informations are being made available for everyone to start learning, implementing, and acting on what they are learning to make money. And life sections has been going on. Life coaching section has been going on. Mentorship has been going on. Coaching has been going on. But this person never attends any. Even I myself, that is his personal coach, he has never ever for one day give me a feedback since the transition happened of, okay, this is where I am, what can I do, what's the next step? Because as a coach, my work is my work is not to do things for you. As a coach, my work is to empower you to do things that I know you can achieve, or things that you've achieved but you can scale up. All right. So this guy was like, I wish the money I use in doing this, I started a new business. I put it into crypto. By now, I must have known how much I have made. Now, ladies and gentlemen, even the cryptocurrency, I don't come out telling people I'm into cryptocurrency investments and business, but I am. But you see, that mentality of people having poison scheme, that once you start crypto overnight, you become wealthy. Yeah, it's possible to become wealthy overnight, but it doesn't happen immediately. It takes a series of steps, a series of programs. It takes series of learning, implementing, mastering the financial market, and growing in your skill, your financial skill in the crypto space. But that is what a lot of people are not aware of, and that's why they fall victims of Ponzi scheme. So this young guy was like, hey, I should give him back the money he paid to enroll in an organization, to enroll in a platform, in an academy, to learn digital skill. I was like, do you go to university and pay school fees, and immediately you start your lecture as a 100 level student, you go back and tell the university, please give me back my school fees. I want to sell my admission, give me back my school. Is it possible? That's stupidity. All right. And this young person have taken it upon himself just to be so negative and keep growing in negativity. That's fine. But the point I'm trying to make here is whatever that is worth building takes time. But you must play your own role, and the role is in the process. You can't escape it. Money loves speed, wealth loves time, but you cannot escape the process. And the process is in the seed planting, seed watering, weed with farm weeding, then what, nurturing your seed, your plants, and what, harvest. It takes time. And that's why I believe many of you know the story of the bamboo tree. All right, so let's sorry for that distraction, but I needed to portray a point. All right, so let's take for instance now, you want to make 500 million right now. So you do your calculation, you do your money calculation. All you need to do is to sell a product that worth 50,000 naira to 100 people, or you sell a product that worth 100,000 naira to 50 people. And guess what? Voila, you've made 500 million. But it's not as easy as I say, because the process that is involved in getting you to making the 50 million, which is the output, which is the end product, the process involved is not as beautiful as the 500 million I just said. And that is where the boys are separated from the men, because it's only men that are ready to do the work. Why boys fold hands and expect money or miracle to fall from heaven? Do you see why they said the journey to wealth is a narrow way, and it's only a few that journey there? So ask yourself, are you among the few, the 1% that is ready to take up on that journey, irrespective of your time frame, your time zone, or your age, or whatever? Are you ready? Because that's the price you're going to pay. So guess what? The smaller the number of people that you sell to, the better the delivery, and the faster you can achieve your goal. All right. So the next question you need to answer yourself is, what problem do people have that they are willing to pay you for, in order for you to help them get rid of that problem or rid of that pain? That's another question. So your ability to identify people's pain points, people's need or want, and you know that this need, this pain point, this problem they have right now, they are willing to pay, to do anything just to take it away from them, just for you to solve it for them. They will do what? They will pay you. Just like recently, recently I had issues in my house, like cockroach. I've spent so much money on getting different kinds of insecticide to just end the existence of cockroach, because I'm scared of cockroach, to end their existence in my house. And yet it's like they are not even checking, like they've adopted, they are now immune to every kind of chetos I buy in Lagos. Until I met an old man that has a provision store close to my apartment, and he was like, Lagos cockroach, Lagos cockroach can only be killed with sniper and crazy. And I was like, wow. So meaning the cockroach, they are very, very smart. They've adopted to a level that they are now turning, they are now what will I call it? There's this gene, what was that word? That was that word. They are now metamorphosing to white cockroach so that you cannot easily spot them. And guess what? I was able to buy the sniper and the crazine, did the mixture, fleet, and guess what? All of them died. So guess what? I was eager. I was in pain. I needed something. The moment he proffered a solution to ending the existence of cockroach in my house, for those of you in Nigeria, immediately I paid for the sniper. The sniper was even expensive. I paid for it and I solved I got rid of my problem. So that's what I mean. So your knowledge to this question can make you so much money on what? On demand. All right. So let's talk about the 5 strategies to solving a problem. Yeah, because you need to understand how to solve a problem in order for you to effectively make money from the solution that you are creating or the solution you're preferring to the problem. The first is find a problem. I always tell people, stop chasing money. All right. You don't need to be chasing money. So I'm telling you right now, all of you, stop chasing money, because the more money you chase, the closer you go to your grave. Rather, you should be in pursuit. Be chasing problem. Keep looking for problem that you can solve, because the principle of money says the more problem you solve and the solution, the value you profile equal to what? Money. So find a problem that over 1 million to 10 million people have, and then they are desperate. That problem, they are desperate to find a solution that can solve it for them. Once you discover that problem, all you need to do is to create a solution to their problem, or find a solution and connect them to it. And this will lead me to the second strategy to solving a problem. Create a solution to that problem that you found, or look for a solution to the problem. Locate an already existing solution to that problem. Then if, for example, if you have a group of audience and their problem is maybe you are in the relationship niche, and the group of people you have are married couples, and their problem is always how to satisfy their partner to get to orgasm and enjoy their relationship. Now that's a problem, and anybody that know that their marriage is affected by the poor or low sex life will do anything to solve that problem. I remember when I was in the northwest of Nigeria, that is Sokoto to be precise. In fact, I launched my business there, and one of the reasons why the business I launched went viral in that state, and a lot of my team members made a lot of money, which they are still making money, is because they were able to sell products that solve people's problem in that sex niche, in that relationship niche of what? Sex. Helping people to achieve orgasm and confidence during sex and enjoyment. So, for example, if that is the sub niche that you are focusing on, then that is a problem. And trust me, people were willing to pay me whatever I say. Just for the men, they were willing to pay me whatever I say, just for them to gain back that confidence in making love to their wife. For the wives, they were willing to pay me whatever I say, just for them to make sure that their husband enjoys them without looking outside. You see that? So you can either look for an already existing product or solution and provide to them for them to buy. You can now do what? Gain your commission. Or you create the solution to that particular problem, then do what? Give it to them. And guess what? At this point, a transaction has been made. Trade by barter. You're giving a solution, and guess what? That's how the world began. Trade by barter. Give me this, I'll give you this. Give me this to solve my problem, I'll give you this. That was the origin of money. So they give you something, you solve their problem, and they give you money. A transaction has been made, and guess what? With transaction, you are making profits, and with profits, you create wealth. All right. So the second strategy to solving a problem is package the solution that you have into a product, or the solution that already exists and is already packaged. You can decide to repackage it using a naming formula. And once you repackage using a naming formula, you can do what? You can now sell it. Hope you guys are gaining value. If you're gaining value from this, please type value in the comment section. If you're on Facebook, type value. If you're on LinkedIn, type value. If you're on YouTube, type value. If you're on Zoom, please type value. I'm using StreamYard to stream to different platforms, and it's amazing. And if you're on StreamYard, type value. And please, this is the best time to smash the share button and share this live with all your friends. Put it on your status and invite them here. If you're gaining great value, invite others to also gain this value. And please do well to click right now. I need you to click on the thumbs up so that the algorithm can let a lot of people know that this live section is valuable, and it will help a lot of people get to it. And if you're new to this channel or to this page, or wherever you are, just subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on LinkedIn. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, all right, so that you receive information of every video or live that we are going on this channel that is always emotional, that is always value driven, all right, that will help you in advancing your life and your business. Okay, so like I was saying, number 3 strategy is packaging the solution into a product, or if the solution is already packaged, you repackage it using a naming formula, because that way you create what we call ownership. But for a basic level, for a lot of people who are just starting, you can just profile them to the solution and earn your commission. But on an advanced level, since you're building a brand, you need to do what you can also decide to repackage and sell more, especially if it's physical product. If it's digital products, you don't need much of that. But even at that, sometimes, even if it's a digital product, you can repackage. There was this book I was reading, a book about a young man. I can't remember the title of the book, but let's assume the book was How to Make Men Chase You as a Lady. So the author of that book couldn't sell one copy. But someone else, after reading the depth of that book and saw the value that book had, the only issue was the naming formula. So this person now renamed it using the power of copywriting as a skill, renamed this book and was able to sell out, and he became a best-selling author. He did not author the content. So you can also do that. Now, if you want to learn more about the naming formula principle on how to rename a particular product, connect with me directly. You can use the link on my bio to connect with me. For those of us on Facebook and LinkedIn, for those of you on YouTube, you can use the link on my bio, or you use the link down the description section because it's easier for you to access. Use the link down the description section to connect to me so that I can guide you more on how you can learn more about the naming formula. Because most of you, the reason why your product is not selling out is because of the name. And guess what? The moment you rename your product using a naming formula, then trust me, your product will sell out. That is all the issue there is to your product. All right. So the first strategy to the problem principle is attract. You need to learn how to attract the problem to yourself. Attract the people that have the problem to yourself. Now that you've identified the problem you're solving, you've identified those people, you need to attract more of them to yourself. And you can achieve this by building a personal brand or a business brand. And you can build brands using content marketing, because that is that's more like the power weapon of today's digital business world. Content marketing, because through content marketing you can leverage on social media, because the ground has been leveled for every player in the world for you to become wealthy. So you have no excuse that you don't need so much money. You can start small, then scale, grow big. All right, so you can leverage on social media. You can also scale with discovery channels. All right, you can achieve that with discovery channel. Now, the last strategy to the problem principle to making money is build a community of your ideal customers or your target audience. Always build a community. As much as you're building a brand awareness and getting people educated and informed, attracting them to yourself on different social media platforms, you need to know that you don't own those platforms. You don't own Instagram, you don't own Facebook. Anytime you can be disconnected from the platform. So in order for you to have a personal one-on-one contact with people, with interested clients, you need to have a funnel on your profile whereby the funnel directs them to you personally, either through email list collection or WhatsApp contacts or a Telegram group. Now, when you have your audience on WhatsApp or you have their email through your email list, or you have them on Telegram, then you can know at that point you tell yourself, I own these people. So learn to build a community on WhatsApp, have their email list, or through Telegram. All right, very, very important. And you can do this by just building a simple mini website and drop the link, right? So if you are here and you don't know how to build a website, you want to learn, or you want a website, you don't have time to learn, but you want someone to build it for you. I run an agency, Eminent Augusta Consult, where we help businesses scale and grow. All right, so you can use the link on my bio and reach out to me. Those of you on YouTube, use the link down the description section. Reach out to me and we can guide you from there. All right, so the fifth is build a community of your ideal customers. Then show them your product as a solution to their problem over and over again. You need to keep educating them, keep showing them that solution on their face over and over again, because the truth is people do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. And a lot of people, knowing fully well about the larger markets formula. I've taught this before. So if you don't know about the larger markets formula, go to my YouTube channel at Eminent Augusta TV. Check out the video I did on the larger markets formula. That will put you in a place where you don't need to fight for the 3% hot buyers with your competitors. All you need to do is to follow the strategy I gave in that video to focus on the 97%. And trust me, over time, you'll be able to convert the 97% to what? To the hot buyers, all right? So this will help you build traction. This will help you increase the desire of your ideal customers to do what? To hunger and want your product eventually. So once they show the desire to the solution that you're offering is there, once the traction is there to your product, they will eventually pay you for it. And guess what? At that point, transaction has happened and you make money. All right. Because they've already been well educated about it. And in the process of doing this, I need you to know that in today's business world, you need to learn how to think like a specialized professional. All right. Because there's this saying one of my mentors taught me back in the day. He said, amateurs don't make money, but professionals make money. And that's what separates successful people in a particular business from people that are not succeeding in that business. So amateurs in a business don't make money, but professionals do, because they've mastered the business of the business. They've mastered and they know how to monetize their skills in order to make money. So in today's business world, you need to learn how to think like a specialized professional, like a professional that has a specialized knowledge of a particular product or solution. For example, a case study, let's use doctors. Like a doctor, using the model of doctors is a very you can use the model of doctors in every areas of your life. Learn how to approach things like a doctor. When a doctor is approaching a patient, what's the first thing he does? He start asking you questions. He start diagnosing your issues. You see, he start asking you questions. How are you feeling? When last did you experience this? When did you? Now, from the answers you give him through the diagnosis, he's able to identify on assumption what is wrong with you and recommend a test to be done just to confirm that of what he suspected before he prefer a solution to you, a cure. All right. So you need to know that problems and solutions. You need to know that problems and solutions, the both of them hand in hand, they are not generic. There are different problems, different solutions to different problems, and most of the time they are mostly specific on a personal level. So you're understanding that problems are not generic, neither are solutions generic. That is why you need to break down people's problem by asking them questions that suit your personal brand, that suits the solution that you can provide. And that's why I asked at the beginning, how many problems? I added S, can you solve? All right, how many problems? It's always good to focus on one, but once you gain momentum on one, always learn to increase the number of problems you can solve. All right, if you can. I know a lot of multi-talented, multi-personality people, we love to do a lot of things at the same time because that's our personality, that's our gifting. But some people can't handle it, and it's okay. Just focus on what you can do, one step at a time. All right, so you can achieve this by asking people questions. Okay, so you can achieve this by not just asking people questions, but ask questions that will help you understand the problem of your target audience or your prospect. Now, with this, you'll be able to know the kind of solution you can prefer to them, you can provide for them. Okay, so understanding people's problem and diagnosing it is the key to, or more like is the key ingredients to becoming wealthy. Understanding people's problem in a diagnostic way is the key to you becoming wealthy, because you know exactly the solution that will satisfy their need or solve their problem. So once you're done with your diagnosis, then you can act like an entrepreneur. You can achieve this by psychological analysis. There's this book they call Psychology of Selling by what's his name? Brain Tracy. I love that book, and you should go read it as an entrepreneur. All right. So one of the group of people that does what I just explained to you very well, that I love so much, are the pharmacists. In every pharmacy you go, you just pay attention and observe what I'm about to teach you, everything I just taught you right now. The pharmacist would think like a doctor, ask you question, diagnostically analyze your problem. Then they will now act and sell like an entrepreneur by recommending their high quality products to you so that you can buy. You get the gist right now. Because there's this my pharmacy friend. Whenever I go there, she just go and get the highest price. I'll just laugh. In my mind, she doesn't know why I'm laughing. Because they think like a doctor, they ask questions, they analyze, they they run diagnosis on everything, then they provide solutions. So learn how to think like a doctor, like a specialized professional, then do what? Act and sell like an entrepreneur. All right. So in general, what am I trying to say? In general, you need to always ask your ideal customers, your prospects, questions about their problem. Because remember, I said your ability to understand their problem puts you in a position where you can easily make money on demand by solving their problem. But you can't solve someone's problem if you don't have a depth understanding of their problem. All right. So once you achieve this, you can now create a solution to that problem, then sell it to them. Trust me on this, it's going to be an easy sell, an easy kill for you. But it doesn't happen overnight. And that is why I emphasize early on the process. And that's why consistency produces results. But at the same time, you need to focus on the process of learning and mastering and honing your skills. All right. So please don't ever try to solve a problem that is not painful to the carrier of the problem. Rather, you can decide to escalate that problem for them to be scared and wanting to get rid of it. All right. Don't just think. A lot of people have problems, but there are problems that they are more concerned of, and there are problems that they don't care so much about. All right. So make sure you try solving problems for people that are more painful to them. If it's not painful, then try and escalate it for them. It's just like me having a wound, and I don't care. It's just a small mosquito bite, and you're trying to sell me maybe a skincare and insecticide or something. And because it's a small mosquito bite, I don't really care. But when you come to sell your solution, you tend to, with the information you are giving me, you tend to escalate the wound. And when you escalate the wound, it becomes more painful. I become so scared, uncomfortable, and I want to do everything I can do to get rid of it. So that's what I mean. So that's why you need to find the problem that your prospects can't afford to keep, that they really want to do everything they can to get rid of it immediately. Now, this way you can achieve this with the understanding of your niche. So ask yourself, what niche are you majoring on? Because there are more like 5 different types of niche in today's world. We have the wealth niche, which is the money niche. We have the relationship niche. We have the health niche. We have the technology niche. We have the AI niche. So which of these niche are you measuring on? Now, when you know the niche you're measuring on, you can now do what? Build a problem analysis. But before you build a problem analysis, you need to narrow down to a sub niche. Then build a problem analysis through your sub niche. Don't go for the generic, because you produce more results when you sub niche, when you niche down sub niche. Then go through your sub niche. For example, you want to help people to obtain a job. That's a sub niche, and it falls under the wealth niche. So in the wealth niche, you were able to narrow down to focus on only people that want to obtain a job, and that's why you want to help them. So from the main niche, you narrow down to a sub niche. All right. So that is it that's all I have for you about how to make money using the problem analysis. So hope this was helpful to you. Please do well to practice everything I teach you. Share your comments, share with us your experience and your progress in the comment section. And please drop a comment on how this section affected you and impacted you. Just drop a comment, and don't forget to like this video. Click on the subscription button if you're new to this channel. Welcome to Eminent Augusta channel, and tap on the post notification so that you receive alerts of every information we upload on this channel, or every time we go live. You'll be among the first person to receive the information. All right. So at this point, I'll be ending this section. For those of us on Zoom and on StreamYard, we'll continue this section, but I'll be ending this live section with those of us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The free information access has ended. So now let me focus on those of my mentees who paid for this section so that we can continue on StreamYard and on Zoom. So those of us on YouTube and LinkedIn, see you in our next section. Love you. Bye.